since the theme of the conclave is financing the growth of India, the roadmap for the next decade. So we would like to know personally, how hopeful are you that whether India will grow or not? And everyone talks about an 8% growth after Mr. Modi introduced the Make in India campaign. So are you hopeful for
Yeah,
the
I'm quite
8% as
hopeful.
well?
Yeah, I'm quite hopeful that we will grow. Whether we'll grow at 8% or not is not something that I can mathematically extrapolate. But I think a number of things that have been done is laying a good foundation for a potential growth. I wish we had done it a little faster. The GST, if it, for example, comes, will add clearly 1.5 to 2% to the Indian GDP. But even otherwise, for example, the Jan Dhan Yojana, that will legitimize a lot of cash flows within the country. And once it legitimizes, then obviously the direct impact on GDP will be much higher than when it gets into through the illegitimate means. Similarly, some of the things that are being done to make it easy to do business. That will also have a significant impact. So I'm quite hopeful that in the next few years we will be growing. Now, whether we will grow at 8% or not is a matter of debate. And of course, we are very fortunate also with the low oil price.
We would like to know that from a prolific career in the corporate world to holding an important position like the president of the Bombay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, you have achieved it all. And I know at least 5 people, not 5, I think 500 people who will be envious about your success. So what is that thing that keeps you going, and what is
There are two things. I will give you one as to what gave me success.
Yes.
And the second one which inspires success. What gave me success was hard work. And I must tell you a story. Denton Cooley, the doctor who pioneered heart transplants. He was speaking at a Rotary Club conference, and he's my, something that whom I really admire. He was speaking at a Rotary conference, and a gentleman from the back stood up and said, "Dr. Cooley, you are such a successful man. How much do you ascribe to good luck?" So Dr. Cooley said, "A lot of it actually. But the funny thing is, the harder I worked, the luckier I became." Okay? So there's no substitute for hard work. Intelligence can open doors, but whether you step into the door and sit at the dining table or in the loo will depend on how hard you have worked. Okay? So that's one. Second is, purely from an inspiration point of view, look at this, I'm building a temple story. This is again a very favorite story of mine. If you look at the outcome, what difference are you making to this world? Then you will find an inspiration that will allow you to the perspective of looking at things beyond just the nitty-gritty and the mundaneness of what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. So say, for example, one of our businesses is water. And I said, 3 years ago we had this, and we said, look, if we can make a difference to the lives of people, if we can improve the attendance in schools, offices, bring down, that's a much bigger achievement than how many million liters of water you have to use. Similarly, if even in a thing, say for example, in an engineering company, we have an engineering company, and I said, look, at the end of the day, one day, metals will go out because we're going to exploit Mother Nature and take out all the metals. If we can do a very efficient conversion of metals into the final product, and we save the metal, we'll probably end up having more metal in this world for another 2 generations or 2 centuries. So, try and inspire yourself with an outcome orientation rather than an output orientation. I come from a very middle class family. I came to Bombay with just 500 rupees in my pocket. Okay. And that's most success stories of Bombay are all about. And my father was in the UP medical service, so I came from a government servant family. Nobody in my family had ever gone to Bombay ever in their lives. And that's how I started. And find time for do what you interests you. Okay.
That is a very inspiring story indeed, sir.
Thank you.
And do you have any message for the students of KSOM? All of them aspire a career in finance. So would you like to tell them anything?
Yeah, of course. I mean, finance is any function, whether it is finance, whether it is marketing, or whether it is HR. Also look at the end. It's a means to a larger end. So don't lose sight of the end. It's good to be journeying, but you should also be mindful of the destination.
Absolutely.
Okay?
All right. Okay. Thank you, sir.